A rainy fall night on a quiet family farm. Mysterious visitors came calling.
They said that they were from the government.
Just like the comic books and movies, says Cleveland author Tania Derenberger Bowman.
And I'm sure you've heard all about the Men in Black.
Our mission is to monitor extraterrestrial activity on Earth.
Well, they do exist.
And so do UFOs, says Tania, publishing this book for the 50th anniversary of her father's close encounter on Interstate 77 in southern Ohio.
A lot of people say, well, how do you remember you were only 4 years old? Well, something like that really sticks with you.
It was 1966. While protests, miniskirts, and Star Trek captivated the country, Woodrow Woody Derenberger was too busy working as a traveling salesman to notice.
My dad didn't have time for anything like that.
Until returning home November 2nd, terrified and talking about aliens.
He looked very, very scared. And I have never seen my father afraid of anything.
She says the police and sheriff's department showed up immediately. And then the Men in Black.
They told my father not to tell anybody about what happened. And he said, well, I already have. They said, well, you need to rescind what you said.
That didn't sit well with the retired veteran and church deacon. So instead, he went public.
Our guest is Mr. Derenberger.
On WTAP radio, he described a large hovering object.
What kind of a sound did this make?
It was a fluttering noise. It sounded something like...
On I-77 just past Marietta, came out of nowhere, he said.
It was approximately 30 to 35 feet long. I went partly off of the road onto the berm to try to go around it, but I couldn't get around it.
Then a man approached his vehicle.
I told him my name, and when I told him my name, he said he was called Cold.
Indrid Cold, according to Woody, an explorer from another planet who communicated through mental telepathy.
And his mouth did not move. He had a smile on his face. He said, why are you frightened? He said, don't be frightened, we wish you no harm. He said, we will see you again, and he left in his vehicle.
No other motorists ever came forward to support or refute the claims, but Tania says the government returned.
We even were invited to Cape Canaveral, and he was, I guess you'd say, interrogated for days on end. Dad got very quiet after that.
Official findings were never released, but the case is mentioned in declassified CIA documents.
I know that I saw it. It was no figment of imagination.
In 1971, Woody published this book, Visitors from Lanulos, which is still sold worldwide, and he stood by his story until his death. Tania says she will too, and as for any doubters,
just wait and see.
In Cleveland, Suzanne Stratford, Fox 8 News.